And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Altoona Raceway as we get ready for race number 4 of Season 6 of the Snickers Cup Series. Our Truck Series race, we ended up having the Star-Kissed 200. Our Mobile Cup Series race, we had the Bumblebee Tuna 300. And here today, we have the Chicken of the Sea 400 as we get ready for a 50-lap event here at this incredible short track. We have had quite some exciting racing in both the Truck and Mobile Cup Series events here, hoping these guys are going to put on just as good a show here today in the Snickers Cup. As on the pole for this race is Charles Jackson, who comes in 5th in the point standings. For the whole, the Joe Gibbs Racing boys doing very well, 5th, 6th, and 16th in the points as we speak. Charles Jackson on the point, that gets him into the Season 7 Sprint Unlimited. He'll start off alongside of his good buddy Sean Henley. Sean Henley, a former Snickers Cup Series champ, comes in 35th in points, really trying to maybe flag the ship here to get Tweenix Racing going here, as they have not been having really good runs as of late. Derek Reed lines up in the 3rd position. Derek currently 38th in the point standing, so he really needs a good run today. And alongside of him, one of those guys from Joe Gibbs Racing I said was doing really well, Henry Nova, currently 16th in points and 4th in the rookie standings. Rounding out the top 5, that is John Radigan in the 14. John Radigan finishing runner-up to James McLeod in the Truck Series event here a couple days ago. So he obviously knows how to get around this racetrack. Radigan comes into this race 32nd in the points, next to last in rookie standings. And rounding out row number 3, that is Dougie Shears, who comes into this race 3rd in the point standings, only 6 points back from the points leader and last week's winner, Drew Austin. So Austin, as I said, is the points leader. He holds a 5-point advantage over Dylan Young, 6 points over Dougie Shears, 10 over Ralph Mason, and 11 over Charles Jackson. So, those are the guys who are going to be basically keeping an eye on during the course of the day. Quite a few other drivers down there who could definitely come into play. And keep in mind, too, that a lot of drivers who have been down inside the mid-20s have ended up winning the past 2 races here. James McLeod and, of course, yesterday, our winner being Richard Johnson. They were down somewhere between like 20th and 25th in the point standings. So does that mean that Sean Galligan, Carson Gum, Madison Sieber, Hayden Klein, or Noah Hart could maybe go to victory lane today? Don't know. That little, pattern may end up continuing here today. Nonetheless, we're going to find all the answers to those questions out in just a moment. Time to get these cars rolling off, though, without further ado. Here's your starting lineup for today's race, the Chicken of the Sea 400. Definitely going to see if this track is going to play and cater to the drivers actually doing well in points, or will it shake the point standings up at the top of the standings? We're going to find out all the answers to those questions in just a moment. We will leave you now to show you your starting lineup for today's race, and then come right back for the green flag. Getting ready to go under the green flag. Charles Jackson in the Valero Toyota Camry, ready to get us underway. And the green flag is out. We are underway here for a 50-lap event here at Altoona. Charles Jackson with the preferred line, that inside line, should be able to clear Henley here, and he will do so. Henley moves back to 2nd. Derek Reed now underneath Henry Nova. That's a battle for 3rd place between those two. And now the battle will rage for 4th between rookies, the 14 and the 18, and Trent Dunham right there in the Sonic All-Stars. He wants to start moving his way up here and battle for this spot as well. Trent Dunham ended up having a great run yesterday in the Mobile Cup Series event. Wants to continue it on here. There's Dylan Poteet back there side by side with Dougie Shears, and right behind him is actually the points leader, Drew Austin. Got a good qualifying spot, and he's up here in the 9th position. Oh, there's the defending champ, John Cittadino, and they're all slowing down. Caution must be out for the first time today. That didn't take long at all. And it's going to be for Kyle Sosnowski in the 22. Boy, Sosnowski's not had a really good weekend here at Altoona. He ended up getting involved in the wreck in the Moment Cup Series event. There's another car on pit road. Oh, I think that may be Michael Norman. Yes, it is. Michael Norman in the McKinley Man Plays Chevrolet. And he's pretty badly crunched up. Stephen Pollard III's got some damage there in the new Aaron's colors in that 98. Carson Gumb's damaged as well. Alan Tanker, rather. Oh, Henry Nova's on pit road. What happened to the 18? Well, that was not something I expected to see that early on. Henry Nova was running really well. And he's on pit road. I don't know what happened to him, but nonetheless, his teammate is leading, Charles Jackson. Let's jump back and look at a replay of what happened. This may have actually started with the 18 car. Well, no, actually the 18 was not involved in this caution. We'll jump back to what actually happened to him in just a moment. This is what actually brought the caution flag out. Right there you see Joshua Michaels get into Madison Sieber. She comes down, clips James Silverfox. Silverfox going to go up the racetrack. Madison Sieber gets the wall. And as these guys are wrecking, here comes into view. Oh, there we go. There's Sosnowski. Oh, and we missed it. Wait a minute. My bad. Probably should have stayed on the 19 car. Yeah, watch right here. Going to come right down, and Sosnowski nowhere to go. Alan Tanker runs right into the back of him. Noah Hart. You notice I actually changed the name this time instead of having it be Richard Johnson last time. Oh, man, he gets into Tim Walsh. Tim. Wow. Tim, what a save there after having a top 5 last week at Las Vegas. Pretty good save on the part of the 5. Oh, man. Then gets some contact again with Noah Hart right in front of Mary Cole running the Kodak colors this week. But now let's take a look here. Henry Nova ended up having something happen to him up here. There's the 18. He's going to get looped around by, I think it was Dylan Poteet here. Take a look here. Yeah. Poteet going to come up to the inside underneath that left rear. And just going to turn the 18 around. And Nova was running the 5th position. I don't think Nova's going to be too happy with Poteet after this is over. Poteet should have really given the 18 some room. And Nova, there you see him spin his car around. There's no damage. However, we can't really get a good enough camera angle to show you. But he is sitting with his front on the track, or his front on the apron and his rear on the track. There you see, I think Jake Cole might have been trying to help him, but he got rear-ended by the 12 car of Jeffrey Buckeye. So Buckeye's now got some damage on his Ford, our winner from Phoenix. But there you see Nova stuck on the racetrack. He can't go anywhere, so he had to teleport to pit road, and he could very easily fall at least one lap, maybe a couple laps down to the leaders, and that's definitely a tough break when he was running and had qualified inside the top 5. We'll be getting ready to go back to green flag racing now. Charles Jackson is the leader. Green flag will come back out on lap 8 of 50. Sean Henley lines up in 2nd, Derek Reed 3rd, John Radigan 4th, and Trent Dunham is now in 5th. Dougie Shears is 6th, 7th is Dylan Poteet. The points leader Drew Austin up here in 8th place. Drew Austin, I believe, is looking for his 4th straight top 10 finish, starting since Daytona. John Cittadino up to 9th place now, and Ralph Mason, as we mentioned, he's 4th in points. He's now worked his way up to 10th. 11th is Joshua Michaels, 12th is Jake Cole, 13th is Hayden Klein, 14th place Felix Graves, and William Duncan is now up to 15th. 16th place is going to be Sean Galligan, 17th Adam Chambers, 18th Aaron Williams Jr., 19th Danny Wells, and Cole Daly completes the top 20. Then it's Emilio Navarrete, James McLeod, Matthew Rodriguez, Dylan Young, and Richard Johnson. That completes the top 25 as we go back to green. Long ways back up to the front. Sean Henley's going to the inside line of Charles Jackson for the lead. Jackson got the run off the corner though, but Henley's going to have the preferred line going down this time. And it looks like he will clear Charles Jackson for the lead. New leader, number 25, the Season 4 Snickers Cup Series champ, Sean Henley. We've got some teammates right behind him, though, from Earnhardt Ganassi Racing. Derek Reed now into 2nd. His teammate Trent Dunham now trying to take 3rd place away from Charles Jackson. Earnhart Ganassi having a good run today because John Cittadino, their other teammates, not too far behind, right there in the 8th position. Now looking for 7th underneath the John Radigan, following in the tire tracks of one Dylan Poteet. Let's update you on the way that the garage area is looking. There are some drivers back behind the wall. And apparently they are as follows: Tim Walsh, Henry Nova, Jeffrey Buckeye, Alan Tanker, Kyle Sosnowski, Michael Norman, and James Silverfox. We didn't even get to see what actually happened to Michael Norman. We probably should look back at that if we ever have to go back to another replay. I don't know if Tim Walsh for certain, though, or Henry Nova are actually out of the race. I think they may be actually still sitting on pit road. Nova has actually returned to the racetrack, and just ahead of him is Tim Walsh, so they still are on the racetrack. They've fallen 2 laps down to the leaders. Oh, Jeffrey Buckeye is also on the racetrack still, but he is 2 laps down. He's about to maybe go another lap down because Sean Henley is starting to catch him. So those 3 have actually been able to continue. So the official drivers out of the race are Alan Tanker, Kyle Sosnowski, Michael Norman, and James Silverfox. And we will, if we do end up having another caution come out, we will jump back and try and find out what exactly happened to Michael Norman, because we did not see him actually get involved in that wreck there with Silverfox and company. Henley, though, continues to lead. Derek Reed, though, starting to close up the gap on him there in the 41. Dunham back there in 3rd place. 4th place now Dougie Shears, and John Cittadino is in 5th. So all 3 of the Earnhardt Ganassi boys are running inside the top 5 at this particular moment in time. Drew Austin, the points leader, he's still up there in the 6th position. Charles Jackson, ever since the green flag dropped on that last restart, he has lost 6 positions. He's all the way back now riding in the 7th place. Ralph Mason's now up to 8th. How about Sean Galligan? Great run for him, now up in 9th. Battle's on for 10th place. John Radigan wants it, takes it from Dylan Pote. Joshua Michaels, Hayden Klein closing in on that as well. They want to be a part of the top 10. We jump back up here to the leaders. Sean Henley continues to lead the way. Derek Reed behind him, and they are slowly but surely catching the damaged Jeffrey Buckeye machine. Don't know how long it's going to take for them to actually reach the back bumper of the Worth Ford Fusion. Wanted to say Mustang, I'm thinking back to the Mobile Cup Series. Sean Henley having a great run right now, trying to keep his momentum going here. Remember, he, along with some others that are behind him, trying to move themselves up in the standings here after dismal starts at Daytona and Las Vegas and can't even think of the other track. Phoenix, there we go. And they have now caught the 12 of Jeffrey Buckeye. Henley came into this race 35th in points. Derek Reed came in 38th in points. Trent Dunham came in 28th in the standings. So these guys definitely looking for good runs here today. Dougie Shears is currently in 4th. He's 3rd in the standings. And then John Cittadino, 36th in points, currently running in 5th place. So definitely some good runs needed for some of these guys. And oh boy, we got a wall up ahead. Madison Sieber now is going to get bypassed by Jeffrey Buckeye. That held up these leaders just a little bit, and now Henley's going to go to work on passing the 12, so he's actually doing a pretty good job getting past this slower traffic, and he will clear the 12 of Jeffrey Buckeye. Now Derek Reed's got to do the same as Trent Dunham's trying to use this lap traffic to close in on a possible battle for second, maybe even for the lead. Derek Reed still underneath of Jeffrey Buckeye. Trent's got to hurry if he's going to get to the inside of the 12 as well and following the tire tracks of his teammate. Doesn't look like he's able to get there in time, though. And Henley did a much better job of maneuvering around Buckeye than Derek Reed did. That allowed him to open up his gap a little bit more, about 3.5 car lengths now the advantage between himself and Derek Reed. Trent Dunham still has to get around the Jeffrey Buckeye machine, who appears to be up to speed. He just is kind of a hazard in the way there, not allowing Trent Dunham to catch up to his teammate and leader Sean Henley. For Dougie Shears, though, he's using that 12 car as an opportunity to maybe close in on a battle for 3rd place with Trent Dunham. 2 former champions. Dougie Shears, a former Snickers Cup champion back from Season 1. Trent Dunham, a former Mobile Cup Series champion from Season 3. If we're talking about champions, we can also jump back here to 5th place, our defending Snickers Cup Series champ, John Cittadino. Try and find out where some of... Oh, spin! And it was Danny Wells and Tryphon Reed. And everybody got by him, but did that bring out a caution, though? That's the question. We don't have lights here to be able to judge whether the caution came out or not, and there we go, pace car has come out, so the caution has waved. The spin happened right in front of the leaders, too, which was a close call. Wait a minute, am I seeing some damage on the 25? I am seeing a little buckle on the hood. I don't know where that came from. But Henley's got a little bit of damage on the hood of his 25 car. Of course, Matthew Daly, when he was out leading in the 25, ironically, in the Mobile Cup Series event, and he hit the back of somebody, it didn't hurt him, so maybe Henley's going to be okay. But it was Danny Wells and Tryfon Reed spinning in front of the field. And all the leaders look like they're pretty good. There is Danny Wells and Tryfon Reed. We know they're the two that spun out. We'll look back at a replay now of what happened to them. And when they spun out, the leaders got by them, and they have now fallen off the lead lap. That's a tough break for both of them. Sean Henley, with a little bit of damage there on his hood, still is the leader here at Altoona with about 20 laps to go. Now here it was. I think this was a result of that damaged race car of Stephen Pollard III, maybe? No. James McLeod and Tryfon Reed make contact coming off the corner. Reed goes down, makes contact with Danny Wells, and the two of them are going to go spinning around right in front of the rest of the field. And Tryfon Reed going to spin down to the low side. Danny Wells, on the other hand, spins up to the high side. Wow, Nova, what a miss right there. And we got to quickly jump. Here's the leader, Sean Henley. Let's see who he ends up hitting. No, he didn't hit anybody. And yet he's still got that damage on the front. Maybe he had that damage originally, and I never even saw it. He got through that wreck without any hits, so good job. Kudos to Sean Henley there. Look at Joshua Michaels split the middle there. Hayden Klein doing the same. Fortunate for them that both those cars didn't come up the racetrack or stay on the low side of the racetrack. That would have been a roadblock. They were able to split the middle with the 13 down low and the 31 up high. Ironic. Switch the numbers and you've got the other ones, but I guess I'm easily amused. Anyway, two cars spinning. That puts us under the caution once again. We got away with something there, I think, and we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing now. Sean Henley currently the leader. Let's see if any of these guys may make some pit stops this time. As I said before, we've never raced this track before, so I do not have a knowledge of what the fuel window is here. And these guys didn't really get enough practice out there to be able to find out either. So everybody here basically scratching their heads, drivers, crew chiefs, and myself alike, wondering just exactly what the fuel window is, how long these guys can go. Now we do know in the Mobile Cup Series event that they went the whole 50 laps without having to come down pit road. However, there is a difference between the fuel cell of the Nationwide cars and these Sprint Cup Series cars, so there could be some pit stops in the closing stages here. I keep seeing these cars like the leader, Sean Henley, twitching back and forth. I don't know if that's he's trying to turn back to the right to accommodate the heavy banking here in the turns, or if he's actually trying to save some fuel. Nonetheless, we have gotten the one to go signal now this time, I believe. We'll be going back to green with 17 to go. Henley is the leader. Buckeye's going to line up on the inside line one lap down. I think we're going to find Madison Sieber coming up the inside line pretty soon too. Derek Reed is in second. Third place is going to be Trent Dunham. Fourth place is going to be Dougie Shears. John Cedino is in fifth. Sixth is Charles Jackson. Seventh, Ralph Mason. Eighth, Sean Gallion. Ninth will be John Radigan. I think I said that. And Drew Austin's going to complete the top 10. His teammate Joshua Michaels is in 11th. 12th place Hayden Klein. 13th, Dylan Poteet. Matt Rodriguez 14th. Dylan Young currently in 15th. 16th is Aaron Williams Jr. Anthony McCurry is currently up in 17th. 18th is William Duncan. Emilio Navarrete is in 19th. And rounding out the top 20, that is Felix Graves. As we go back up to the front, there's Madison Sieber, Henry Nova, Danny Wells, Tim Walsh, Tryfon Reed, and Jeffrey Buckeye on the inside line. For Sean Henley to have to contend with. Green flags out. Let's see if Henley can get around this lap traffic quickly. No, he can't. He cannot get around it. And we'll see if anybody uses this traffic as a pick. Here comes Dougie Shears on the inside line trying to do just that. And he's going to go to the inside. Trent Dunham helping him. Almost shoved him right there. Almost turned him. And Dougie Shears is going to go to the lead. Oh, he splits it! Oh, he saved it! Wow, he slid sideways, and how did he hang on to it? I do not know. But the caution's out. Caution's waving. Who was the leader at the line that time? It was the slide job. Dougie Shears. He got the lead at the line. And how in the world did he hang on to that thing? I don't know. He was completely slideways. And he is going to be the leader now. Sean Henley, I think, crossed in second. Let's look at the leaderboard. Oh, well, they're saying Trent Dunham's the leader right now. Well, I think that's because they didn't update it. Hang on. They messed this up. Guess we can't rely on the scoreboard. Dougie Shears is the leader. I believe Henley is second, Dunham third, with possibly Citadino in fourth and Derek Reed fifth. I don't know for certain. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, yeah, I think that's the case. Henley just moved by Trent Dunham. So it's Dougie Shears, Sean Henley, Trent Dunham, then Derek Reed, and John Cittadino. That is the top 5. But wow, Dougie Shears, what a save he made right there. That could have very easily taken him out of the race if he had overcorrected it or not been able to save it. He is the leader here with almost 10 laps to go. We should have a single file restart when we go back to green flag racing, I hope. But nonetheless, we're going to take a look back at a replay of what put us under the caution one more time. This caution going to come out here for the lap car of Madison Sieber. Everybody fighting for position here. No give, all take. And right there, oh, Cittadino actually made some contact with Henry Nova. Nova comes down, bounces off of the passenger side door of the 33 American Ethanol Chevy. Madison going to go down, get the wall. And then, unfortunately, she's going to make a little bit of a mistake here and try coming back up the racetrack right into John Radigan. Radigan took a hard hit into the driver's side door, and the 33 going to spin around again, up again into the outside retaining wall, as if the damage on the left side wasn't bad enough. Now she has damage on the rear and right, clips Emilio Navarrete just barely. And oh, Rohit Arba gets a little piece of her right there too. I don't know how bad the damage is on the 43. Oh, Nick Eggleston just barely squeaks by. Carson Gum just barely squeaks by. Man. And Rohit appears to be slowing down. He may have actually gotten more impact than we expected. And oh man, oh, Nick Eggleston nearly got turned there by his teammate Carson Gum. Oh yeah, there is some pretty extensive damage there to the right front of the 43. Rohit took a pretty hard impact there. And that's, oh, he's heading for pit road too. That's a tough break for Vedaravu coming in here. 40th in standings. Of course, he didn't start at Daytona. He made his debut this season back at Phoenix, but certainly not the way he wanted to have his run end here at Altoona. I don't know if that's going to take him out of the race or not, but nonetheless, we're going to head back to green flag racing, hopefully with less than 10 to go for what could be a shootout to finish off today's race. We should be getting the signal of 1 to go next time around, and when we do get the signal, there will be a total of 11 laps remaining. Actually, 12 laps remaining, which means we will not have a single file restart yet. We will still have those lap cars on the inside line. I thought maybe we'd have enough caution laps to be able to have a single file restart with less than 10 to go, but that's not going to be the case. Tell you what, though, couple drivers I'm pretty impressed with right there. Danny Wells currently on the tail end of the lead lap in the 32nd position. This is the second day he's actually had to race his way back onto the tail end of the lead lap. He had to do it in the Moblin Cup Series race yesterday as well. Dougie Shears is going to be the leader though. Second place will be Sean Henley, Trent Dunham third, Derek Reed fourth, and in fifth is going to be John Cittadino. Earnhardt Ganassi Racing running currently with all 3 cars still inside the top 5. Charles Jackson, the pole sitter, runs in 6th. 7th is Sean Galligan, Ralph Mason 8th. 9th is the points leader Drew Austin. He's not giving up the top 10 runs for nothing. And Hayden Klein now completes top 10. He had a great run the Moblin Cup Series event too, so nice to see him having a good run here in Snickers Cup. Joshua Michaels lines up in 11th. Dylan Poteet is in 12th. Dylan Young 13th. 14th Matthew Rodriguez. Anthony McCurry 15th. Aaron Williams Jr. is now up to 16th. 17th place is William Duncan. 18th is Felix Graves, 19th place is going to be Adam Chambers, and Noah Hart will complete the top 20 as we jump back up to the front. Dougie Shears out in front. And we know that he ended up getting around Sean Henley because of lap traffic. Let's see if now Henley will be able to repay the favor. How will Dougie Shears do with the slower cars down low? Green flag's out, and Dougie got a good start, and he cleared the lap traffic. Henley was not able to do that on the last restart. Dougie Shears this time was. And he's leaving Henley to have to contend with the lap traffic again. Dougie Shears waving bye-bye to the field. There is Henley in the second position. Oh, there was like some contact back there. I think we may have had a wreck. I think a caution may have come out. And I think we're correct in that assumption. Yes, indeed, the caution coming out again. And oh no, Sean Galligan, Charles Jackson, lots of front runners involved in this one. Henry Nova, LaPlante, Nick Eggleston, and I think there were more. I'm pretty sure there were some others. Jake Cole's on pit road. Adam Chambers is involved. John Radigan may have gotten a piece of it. Navarrete, McLeod may have been involved. Mary Cole's got damage on the back of her machine. And that was a lot of front runners right there involved in things, including the pole sitter, Charles Jackson. And where in the world did Dougie Shears go? Oh, did he go out ahead of the pace car? Oh, there he is. Well, the caution waves again. This time, I'm fairly certain we are going to have a single file restart, and we will get back to green flag racing too. Don't worry about that. But nonetheless, Dougie Shears the leader, and a lot of front runners, a lot of good cars torn up this time in the closing stages of this race. We're going to jump back and take a look at a replay of what happened. But first, we're going to jump back and quickly take a look and see what happened to Michael Norman too. I promised we'd do that, and I forgot to on the last replay. So don't go away. We'll be coming first looking at Michael Norman, then we'll take a look at see what actually recently put us under the yellow flag. Well, this was back when James Silverfox got spun around up in front of everybody else. And this is actually what happened to Michael Norman. He was on the extreme high line, pretty much dedicated to it. Oh, you see Stephen Pollard III got the wall back there behind him. And, oh, he just T-boned James Silverfox. And Silverfox actually went up on his side and on his roof, and I never had realized that. LaPlante ended up getting a piece of it too, and so that is what happened to Michael Norman. He T-boned Silverfox, and Silverfox went around on his roof on the banking. I never had realized that, but that was the case. So that's why Michael Norman ended up retiring from the race, and pretty much why Silverfox did too, because Silverfox didn't take that hard a hit into the wall, but he did take an extremely hard hit from the number 3 Chevrolet out of Michael Norman Motorsports. So that's the reason those two retired from the race. Let's now jump back for our most recent caution and see what happened there. Well, here's what happened. This was a battle right here for around the 5th, 6th, 7th position, and Charles Jackson going to make a huge mistake, it would seem. Sean Galligan coming up here on the outside line, and let's see where this contact's actually going to begin between them. Oh, it wasn't actually Charles Jackson. Let's rewind it a little. It was actually Henry Nova. Oh, okay. I thought Jackson came up, but it wasn't. It was Henry Nova in the 18. And this is, I believe, the second time he's been turned off this corner. The first time was by John Cittadino, and it was Madison Sieber who saved the 18. This time it was Jeffrey Buckeye who turned Henry Nova. Nova's going to go down the apron, and he's the one that comes back up the racetrack. Okay, so I put the blame on Charles Jackson when Jackson really had nothing to do with it. And how unfortunate is it that the 18 comes up not only into the pole sitter, not only into a front runner, but also his teammate. There may be a little bit of dissension in the Joe Gibbs Racing stables after this. Right there into Charles Jackson. Sean Galligan, nowhere for him to go. Both these drivers were en route to top 10 finishes today, no doubt about it. Had really strong cars and both hard into the wall. Those do not look like race-winning cars now. And I think... did we have some other drivers come into this? I don't know if we did or not. Oh, yeah, there they are. Oh, Chambers straight into the back of Galligan. Man, Cole Daly, Richard Johnson, nice miss by those two. Jake Cole, he's going to hit Galligan. Navarrete runs into the back of him. Mary Cole's into the back of Navarrete. Here comes Austin LaPlante. Nowhere for him to go. He's going to get a piece of it. Somebody got into the... oh, might have been John Radigan got into the Charles Jackson machine. Let's see if the 14 got the 20. Yep. Well, maybe not. Maybe he just squeaked through. Yes, he did squeak through. Wow. Nice miss by John Radigan. And there you see the pile up there. Nick Eggleston. Oh, man. Look at that car wheel hop after he hit Austin LaPlante, his teammate. Stephen Pollard III gets a piece of it. Danny Wells kind of squeezed in there, but I think he's okay. But my goodness, that is a tough break, especially for Sean Galligan and Charles Jackson, two guys who were running so well in the top 10 for a majority of the day, and their day is going to come to an end just like that. Let's go back to the live action, see what kind of a shootout we're going to have to finish off today's event. 5-lap shootout, that's what they're telling us. We will get ready to go back to green flag racing. Dougie Shears couldn't be in any better position right now. He's currently the leader, but look at this. He's got the lap car of Tryphon Reed and the lap car of Tim Walsh between himself and second place Sean Henley. And this is a single file restart. So Sean Henley's got a lot of work to do before he can even think about catching up to Dougie Shears and passing him. Question is, though, can he pass the 5? Can he pass the 13? Can he catch the 17 and pass him for the win all in 5 laps? I don't know. These laps tick down awfully quick. He may have run out of time, and Dougie Shears may be in the prime position to win this race. Jeffrey Buckeye a blockade between Henley and third place Derek Reed. Fourth place is John Cittadino, and fifth place is Trent Dunham. How about these Earnhardt Ganassi boys? Can't say enough about how they're doing here today. Third, fourth, fifth for this restart. The green flag's ready to come back out. That is Ralph Mason, Drew Austin, Hayden Klein, Joshua Michaels, and Dylan Pote's now cracked the top 10, with Dylan Young right directly behind him. And Dougie Shears, he got held up there. Tryphon Reed goes to the inside. Now Tim Walsh doing the same. This could be the time for Sean Henley to make his move. Can he close in? Oh, Henley, you gotta get in there. You gotta get your nose to the inside of that left rear if you're gonna battle for the win here. Here he comes. Henley is coming, and he's trying to make the move, but he couldn't get off that corner well enough. Dougie Shears has him cleared. That may have been Henley's only opportunity to use those lap cars, causing problems for the 17. But Dougie's been able to get back in line, find the racing groove, and Henley was not able to get to his inside. So Henley may have just blown it right there. He may end up having to watch the 17 cross the start-finish line ahead of him as the winner. 2 laps to go. Still green flag racing. Tim Walsh, he's back on the lead lap. Treichman Reed's back on the lead lap. Oh, caution's out. Caution's out, and this race is over. The caution's out, and this race is over. Dougie Shears is going to win this race under caution. I hoped we were going to be able to race it green to the end, but that will not be the case. Dougie Shears, though, is going to be able to hang on. Looks like Dougie Shears and Roush Fenway Racing will pick up their first win of the season. Dougie Shears going to victory lane, a Snickers Cup Series event for the first time since, I believe, Season 3. Might be Season 4, but nonetheless, it's been a long time since Dougie Shears has been to victory lane, a Snickers Cup Series event. It finally will happen here today, as that was the white flag displayed for the 17. Caution. Oh, the caution came out for the points leader in the closing stages. Drew Austin, the points leader, has retired. I don't believe it. He was running inside the top 10 for the entire day. Never fell outside of it. And he was en route to his 4th straight top 10 finish. It's not gonna happen. I don't believe what I'm seeing. As if this race couldn't end with any more calamity, it just got added to. And coming out of turn 4 for the final time, Dougie Shears, for the first time in Season 6, will go to victory lane in the Snickers Cup Series event. He takes the checkered flag in the Chicken of the Sea 400 here at Altoona Raceway. Oh my goodness, there's no doubt about it. Oh, whoa, Derek Reed, what in the world is he doing? He just ran to the back of Henley. I guess there's a little bit of tempers flaring there, I don't know. But Dougie Shears, unbelievable job by that team, going to victory lane. And Dougie Shears, with what we just saw happen with Drew Austin, could have just taken the points lead as well. And we're getting word that may be the very case. Not only winning the race, but taking the points lead. Dougie Shears, my goodness. Unbelievable event here today, and what an incredible finish, an unexpected finish to say the least. We'll show you your official top 10, but we are going to jump back and see what happened to Drew Austin, because that had implications as far as the points lead is concerned. Dougie wins. Sean Henley going to finish in 2nd place today. How about the Earnhardt Ganassi guys? 3rd, 4th, and 5th for Derek Reed, Trent Dunham, and the defending champ John Cittadino. Ralph Mason, 4th in points. He'll finish 6th today, rather. Hayden Klein, he's had a great weekend here at the Altoona Raceway. Ended up finishing top 10 in the Mobile Cup Series event. Finishes top 10 here today in 7th. Matthew Rodriguez, great run for him in 8th. Anthony McCurry's going to get 9th. And Joshua Michaels is going to complete the top 10 here today in the 10 car. But there is your winner, Dougie Shears, as he heads for victory lane. We are now going to jump back for a replay and see what happened to the points leader coming into today's race, but maybe not leaving today's race, Drew Austin. And man, you really got to feel for Drew Austin. 1 week after picking up his first career Snickers Cup Series victory, coming in with 3 straight top 10 finishes right there. I think he may have actually had himself to blame there. I don't think you can pin all the blame on the Hayden Klein machine. That 9 looked awfully loose coming off that corner. May have had the air sucked off of the rear of his Dodge, but nonetheless, spins it around down to the infield, and I think he's going to get tagged by somebody. Don't know exactly who, but that is a tough break right there for Drew Austin. Oh, it's Aaron Williams Jr. who's going to get him. And that is a tough break. I mean, it's bad enough that he ended up losing several spots after spinning out, but then to get hit and have a damaged race car, and I think he actually did retire from this race. That's a tough break for Aaron Williams Jr. too, who had worked his way into the top 20, was running around the 15th position for majority of the second half of this race. But, man, Drew Austin, in one fell swoop, and that was with 3 to go, Drew Austin finds himself damaged, wrecked, and possibly out of the points lead. Definitely not the way he wanted to end his day here at Altoona. But nonetheless, folks, this is definitely going to be a point shakeup, no doubt about it. Quite a few drivers came in inside the top 10 in points, had some problems today. Quite a few drivers came in the top 10 in points, had some good days, though, including Dougie Shears, who came in 3rd in the standings, picks up the win here today. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed today's race. Certainly was full of twists and turns as far as the point standings are concerned, and we ended up having a great race because of it. So cheers with the win. If you enjoyed this race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, become part of the crew today. Here comes your finishing results, overall point standings, and rookie points heading next week as we head to Auto Club in Fontana, California for Trucks Mobile and Snickers Cup Series action. Hope you've been tuning in for that as you've been watching the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.